some analysis, we're joined in studio by our international affairs editor, Armen Georgian. Good to have you with us this morning, Armen. So, how did the debate play out? What's your take on it?
Well, the question of who won the debate, Sharon, really depends completely on what audience we're talking about. So if you take, for example, viewers of the debate on ITV, there was a snap poll which suggested that Rishi Sunak won, but you might get a different result if you asked Conservative MPs, and you would probably get a different result if you asked Conservative Party members. They're the ones who actually make the final decision. So that's the quirk of this process. You've got Conservative MPs voting at every round, but then the final two candidates actually go on hustings and make their case to Conservative Party members, and they're the ones who decide ultimately who becomes party leader. Among the party members, Liz Truss has a lead, according to the Conservative Home website, which is an influential website. They did a survey recently. So when she made that attack on Rishi Sunak about him raising taxes, that was absolutely her pitching to those true blue Conservative Party members that will have the final say. And if she gets into the final round, then she has a pretty good chance.
When it comes to foreign policy then, Armen, did we learn much about where they stand with that?
They were very similar on the question of Ukraine and Putin. On Brexit, none of them have really deviated, particularly from Boris Johnson's line about needing to change aspects of the Northern Ireland Protocol, and that bill to unilaterally override some aspects of the protocol is actually making its way through Parliament. So I think on that basis, we probably should not expect any reset in relations with Brussels. And certainly any kind of conciliatory talk saying, yes, we should start negotiating again with Brussels on the Northern Ireland Protocol, that doesn't pay dividends in a contest like this. So it's only once someone actually becomes leader, then they can sort of say, okay, let's try another negotiation with Brussels. But for now, it doesn't seem like any kind of détente between London and Brussels is really on the cards.
There was one particularly revealing moment, Armen, when the candidates were asked if they would have Boris Johnson in their cabinet. Not too eager there. Does this really tell us Boris Johnson's career is over? That's it for him.
Yeah, I mean, did any Conservative leader that was ousted in the last 30 years make a political comeback? Not a single one. Boris Johnson always said he got the biggest majority since 1987. Both he and Margaret Thatcher were big winners when it came to elections, and yet when Margaret Thatcher was out, she was really out. And remember also, Sharon, Boris Johnson is still being investigated by the Privileges Committee in Parliament about whether he misled the House or not in relation to these Downing Street parties during lockdown. If he's found to have misled the House, then some sort of penalty presumably would have to be sought for. Even if he's not found to have misled the House, his brand is obviously still very toxic.
And meanwhile, the 5 contenders, they'll be reduced to 4 later on. Right. Armen, you'll be keeping track of that for us. That's our international affairs editor, Armen Georgian.